Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy J King, and today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 pro tips and tricks on Call of Duty Mobile. Using these tips and tricks is going to help you become a better player, going to help you win more gunfights, and of course going to help you drop more of those nukes. And make sure you stick around for tip number 5, as I do believe that that is the most important tip in this game right now. So without further ado, let's hop into it. The first tip is often overlooked, but it's one of the most important tips on this list, and I see a lot of people not really caring about it, not thinking about it too much, but it's the number one most important tip to help you win more gunfights, and that is going to be centering. Basically, centering means that when you are running, walking, or just moving around the map, you're going to be positioning the crosshairs in the area where the enemy is most likely to be. So say you are walking through a doorway, you don't want your crosshair to be at the floor, you don't want it to be on the side of the door, or you don't want it to be above it. Basically, you want to center your crosshair pretty much center in the door, so if an enemy does come there, all you have to do is aim down sight and start shooting, and you're going to get the kill. If the center of your crosshair is not where the enemy is going to pop out from, then you have to take the time to adjust your aim, then try to get the kill from there, and that is going to be pretty much precious time that you are losing in that gunfight, and it might cause you to lose it. So as you run around the map, make sure that you are positioning your crosshair where you believe the enemies are going to be. A lot of times this does come down to map knowledge, but there are certain places where you're going to get the feel for where the enemies can come from, where you think they're going to be. Always keep an eye on that mini map. You're going to be predicting spawns, predicting where the enemy is going to be, and then you can position your crosshair where they're going to pop out from, and it's going to give you so many easy kills once you get this tip down pat. The second tip is going to be finding the right sensitivity for you. Now, there isn't a right sensitivity out there. You're not going to find one if you go looking for one. There's a huge range of sensitivities that you can use in this game, and you could still be very, very good. But I pretty much have 3 tips in this area for finding the right sensitivity. Number 1 is don't go too high or too low. If your sensitivity is too high, you're going to be missing all of your shots, and that's just not going to be a good thing. And if you're too low, you're not going to be able to snap onto targets when you need to, and that's going to be pretty much precious time in a gunfight, and then you're going to lose that gunfight from there. So there's a sweet spot that you can play around with where you're still able to move around, still able to get on targets, but once you get on the target, then you're not going to be missing any of your shots. The second tip, and it's a lot more specific, is actually having a higher hipfire sensitivity than your ADS sensitivity. What this does, it basically allows you to turn around, do 180s, move around the map quicker, because you have that higher sensitivity when you're not ADSing. But then once you go to ADS, it's going to be a lower sensitivity, which means your aim is going to be more accurate and you're going to hit more shots. So this way, you could still snap to targets, do 180s, do whatever you need to do in the hipfire mode. But then once you ADS, the sensitivity is going to be lowered. You're going to have better accuracy, and that's really the best of both worlds. And the third tip is once you find the sensitivity that works for you and you like it, stick with it. Don't go and change your sensitivity every day, week, month, whatever. Find the right sensitivity, stick with it. It's going to help your muscle memory. The third tip that is going to pretty much help you win more gunfights is positioning. There's really only so much you can do with gun skill in this game. It really also comes down to positioning, where you are placed, how you can get out of certain situations. So if you're running into the enemy spawn, that's probably not good positioning at all. You're pretty much going to be caught out in the open, and there's going to be multiple people spawning there, and that's pretty much going to be a bad situation for you to be in. Instead, you could maybe find a wall, and you could try to shoulder peek in and out to try to get information, see where the enemies are coming from. And if there's more than one, or there's a bad situation for you, you duck behind that cover and get out, regroup with your teammates, reload, whatever you need to do. So try to play cover whenever you can, whenever there's a head glitch, basically sort of any sort of cover where you could stand behind and then see over it. That's a pretty good tactic to use in pretty much any Call of Duty. It's going to give you cover. It's going to give you an advantage because the enemy is going to have a smaller target to hit, and they're not going to hit as many shots as you will with them out in the open. So in this area, try to play positioning as much as possible. Use cover when you need it. Don't run into the enemy spawn if you do not need to. It's going to help give you a leg up in those gunfights and also help you not get killed off of those long streaks. The fourth tip is going to be playing with your teammates whenever possible. I know random teammates can be pretty unpredictable and unreliable a lot of times, but even if they really aren't that good, there's still another body for you to sort of either bait or draw the enemy's attention away from you. And at the end of the day, that could be pretty much a crucial thing to help you win that gunfight or win an engagement with multiple people. So try to play with your teammates whenever possible. See where they are on the mini-map. Then try to maybe group up with them if possible. And, you know, if you're going to go around a corner, both go around the corner at the same time. Try to see what they're doing. Don't just stick with a teammate the entire match, especially if they're just going off and absolutely doing nothing. But if you see an opportunity pop up where you can play with a teammate, try to take advantage of it. It's going to help you win gunfights and stay out of those bad situations where you're going to have a disadvantage and you're going to lose the gunfight. And the fifth and final tip, and I do believe that this is the most important tip, and one that I am pretty guilty of, is playing overly aggressive. This is something that you really want to avoid. Playing overly aggressive and putting yourself in bad situations is pretty much the best way to die off a streak or just die in general. So if you pretty much know where the enemies are spawning based on the mini-map, maybe you have a UAV or an advanced UAV up, even if you know where they are, don't just run into their spawn by yourself when there's like 4 or 5 people spawning up. Even if they're really bad and, you know, they're not that great of players, they could still kill you if all 4 of them or all 5 of them just hit one bullet. So find the right balance between playing aggressive, getting into a rhythm, but also not putting yourself in really bad situations that is pretty much going to get you killed off of those nuke streaks. A way to improve in this area is to either record yourself and then watch your VODs back to see where you're pretty much going wrong, what you're doing wrong, what are some of the situations that I died in, or were those good situations that I could have avoided, or just be mindful when you're playing. After every death that you have, see what exactly could I have done in that situation. Think back what your thought processes were, and then, you know, see what kind of other plays you could have made to maybe avoid yourself getting in that bad situation. So try to find a balance between being aggressive, but not playing stupid, not putting yourself in bad situations that is going to pretty much kill you off of your nuke streak. So anyway, guys, that is today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like if you did, and check out this video right here.